Hello everybody, back with the horse guide today. So, Epona, I mean, it should just be called Epona, not horse. Horse sounds kind of like derogatory, but whatever. Okay, so Epona is actually a really decent weapon. Actually, I'll get to that later. Weapon skills. Basically, the 7 you see here, you're pretty much going to want. And then the 8th slot, it's kind of just up to you. Hasty attacks isn't really that helpful because Epona's really fast anyways. So you could put regular attacks plus on it, but that's like kind of just okay. Special attack plus, that's actually a pretty good choice. You could do a versus dragon or versus undead, which is okay. And then also because I don't really get hit that much using Eponas, and I feel like it's a pretty safe weapon. So you could actually, instead of no healing, you could put defenseless, and then the 8th slot you would put on Heartstrong. That's what I meant. Or I probably should have used that, but yeah. And then if you're playing Legends, Legendary is also a good option. But yeah, strong attack, strength 2 through 5, you definitely want those because all the combos are really good. Maybe not strength 2 or combo 2. That one's like the only like one. Finishing blow, of course you always want finishing blow. So, Epona, no one really uses it, and everyone pretty much forgets about its existence because it's on Link, who already has 2 other light weapons. It's a DLC weapon, which means you never have to use it. And then also, it's an extremely like weird and kind of complicated weapon. So it's like, okay, why do this when I can just play the Master Sword, which is just better? So no one really cares about Epona. And Epona is like tricky to learn, but it's not so much like learning combos and just like how to play the character. It's more of just like, how do I control Epona? And then once you learn how to control Epona, because she's moving all over the place, once you learn how to control her, you're gonna be gold. So, just start off with the weak string. That's a very fast weak string. That projectile is pretty nice for like just zoning out people, because I mean that's kind of the only decent projectile you have, and you can kind of clear out keeps with it, but I'd rather use combo 4 or 5. And also, something else I forgot to mention, Epona, you can hurt people by running over them, which is kind of hilarious. And also it cuts grass, so if there's like, I don't see grass anywhere. But yeah, you can cut grass with that, so you don't even need to attack the grass. Oh, like right here. Just run over it. Done. It's pretty silly. And that's also really nice because like, for the light effect, like once you get the light effect, as long as you're like stepping on people, you're gonna keep the light effect. So that's like really hilarious. And light plus if you want on that 8th slot, if you really want light plus, then I guess you can do it, but whatever. Okay, now for strong attack, there's actually 2 different strong attacks. One when you're walking or just not moving at all, and then one while you're running. So if you're not moving, it's just that, and it takes away a carrot, so you just like kind of spam it and until you lose all your carrots. And also, that's also a way to immediately start running if you don't want to hold down the dodge button. Or wait however many seconds it needs to like just go into an automatic run, like right there. That also does a ton of damage, and that's also really nice against boss weak point gauges. What I usually mostly use it for is to approach enemies, so like, oh, I'm in, or actually, wait, you. It's like just there, and then I can just do my combo or whatever. The other nice thing is that if they don't die from a finishing blow, just doing that right after you gain control of Epona after using your finishing blow, that's a really nice way to just start up comboing them again after the finishing blow. So it's a really nice stack. And then if you are running while using it, then wait, it's just simple slash. Now I kind of want to call this a fake infinite because you can like sort of infinite stuff, but after a while, because Epona is constantly in motion, you're kind of gonna have the camera go like crazy like that, and it's like, you kind of can do it. Except on non-character enemies, because I can recover. But it's like, mostly what you use that for is just to like, get them in the air, and then you can like, start doing other combos. Because you're not going to be able to with them with that forever. So that's just mostly a way to start combos. And Epona, the general playstyle of Epona is just get enemies in the air and keep them there. That is the one thing you want to do while playing Epona. Unless you're like taking keeps, then like who cares about if you're keeping these little guys in the air. But like, oh yeah, Midna, how do I battle you? Get you in the air. How do I get you in the air? Combo 1, and then I can do whatever other combo I want, and then just kind of go on from there. That's mostly just how you play Epona in general. Now, combo 2. This one I don't use that much. Mostly, if I want to use it, I'll just use, like, the first hit, just to, like, get them in the air, and then just do my whatever thing. Because it's like, just okay, and, I don't know, it just feels, like, kind of mediocre. The first hit's nice, but then it's, like, after that, and see how I'm kind of, like, keeping light effect after running over stuff. But, yeah, after, like, the first hit, it's, like, you're not really doing that much damage, and it doesn't really do that much. I don't know. It doesn't have much range, and you can't, like, turn, so, I don't know. I don't use it much. Combo 3. Okay, so that's it. And then, oh, so I'll get to that second thing. So that's actually 2 hits long, so just wait. Clicks, and then stomps forward. Okay, try to ignore the rest. Okay, basically, what do you use that for? Keeping enemies in the air, except it also does, like, a ton of damage, because that's what combo 3s do. So that's mostly what you're going to want to use that for. Breaking weak point gauges is kind of good at that, too. Okay. And it's kind of, that's, like, the one attack that you can't combo 1 while running into, because since you stop moving with it, and it's right in front of you, then it's not that good. So for, like, after combo 1, because if I try to do it, then they get launched super far away if you will actually get comboed, unless you're in a corner like this, and then just go ahead and do it, because who cares, you're in a corner. Okay, and then the other thing I was gonna get to is Epona kind of has this thing on, oh. So Epona kind of has this thing after combos 3 and 4 where Link will kind of do a ton of slashes. So that's kind of what I'm doing. So it's actually 3 hits, so that's actually just 1 hit. So the entire combo 3 is just 1 hit. So the combo 3 version of it, after, like, the slashes afterwards, those are really helpful, and you should use them a lot. Great for keeping enemies up in the air, and also just doing more damage, because, I mean, that's kind of what you want to do. And, yeah. So after that, it's like, you're not really gonna, if you want to use combo 3, you should pretty much use the slashes at the end. Combo 4, which I'll get to, they're kind of optional. So you just do, wait. No. 2 stomps, and that's pretty much it. And that's really nice for, like, kind of clearing out crowds of enemies around you. That's a nice way for your combo, running combo 1 to, like, continue up with it if they don't die like that. That's a nice way to just kind of continue it. And then what I was saying about the sword slashes, this is all just 1 hit. All those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 slashes, those are all just 1 single press of X or Y or whatever your strong attack button is. So, I don't know, it's kind of deceiving. They really don't do much damage, and it's, like, kind of nice for keeping enemies up in the air, but, wait, let me just, like, look at how much, like, it's doing to these basic enemies, except last hit. Last hit's nice, but it's, like, the first 6 hits, it's like, you're really not doing much damage. Is it really worth it? Not most of the time, but the first 2 hits are very nice for keeping enemies up in the air, and then also kind of just some general crowd control. Combo 5. That's mostly why I use to take keeps, and it's also just, like, a really nice attack to just throw out in general, because, like, okay, well, that was bad. But you're constantly moving, and even if they kind of, like, shield it, they'll kind of get it. It'll find a way to pull the enemy into it. So it's pretty hilarious. And yeah, it covers a humongous range, so you're gonna be killing a lot of mooks and stuff. You're gonna be taking keeps pretty quickly. It's really nice. And I just said it's really nice like 5 times, but oh well. Special attack. Special attacks means better than the Hylian Master Sword, but it's kind of generic, not much use for it. You're not pretty much gonna use it for like special canceling or anything, because it's like kind of like okay. And also, giant bosses, it can take down pretty much all of them, except, like, maybe Ganon. I don't think it can take down Ganon. But, yeah, that's, like, mostly, like, if you're battling Ganon in that, like, 1 of every 100 missions that you're battling Ganon for some reason, then use special attack there. Otherwise, it's just kind of like damage against like Midna or Sia or whoever you're battling at the end, just for like extra damage, because I mean you're really not gonna be doing much else with it. So yeah, like I said, it's like mostly Epona. Just get enemies up in the air with running combo 1, or even like the walking or non-moving combo 1. It's like just get them up in the air and then hit them a lot. That's kind of just how you play Epona, and she does amazing at it. It's just kind of like, I don't know, it's not really that complicated. It's just more like understanding what the attacks are and how they work, and it's like, okay, wait, that's the entire attack string. That's kind of quick, and I don't even have hasty attacks on this. So what do I do? And it's like, so it's just like, oh, well, then actually after you understand stuff, it's like, oh, just get them up in the air, and then just like, okay, just stay up there, and then just stay up there until you die, and then that's pretty much it. And, okay, on to giant bosses, because I said it was pretty good against giant bosses, and it is, or she is. I keep thinking horse and Epona, because, like, I don't know, why did you just call it horse? Just call it Epona. Horse sounds weird. Like, okay. It has a name. Okay. Whatever. Okay, so Epona, for Manhandla and King Dodongo, it's pretty much the same thing. Combo 5, and then just 5 combo 1s. The ones where you're just standing still and not running, so you can see I have, like, no carrots left. So, that's pretty much all you do against Manhandla and King Dodongo. It's kind of just tricky to control, but they're the 2 easier ones. And there's the King Dodongo over there. I'm not going to show it because this video is going to drag out way too long. King Dodongo, same thing, just combo 5 and then 5 combo 1s. Not the running combo 1s. Not that. Don't do that. This does nothing, okay? I mean, it does something against characters, but not against other junk. So, yeah. So, Goma and Urarok are kind of the same as Manhandla and King Dodongo, except just the reverse. So, you'll want 5 combo 1s, and then combo 5. Finally! Oh my god. I failed that like 6 times. Goma is by far the most annoying. Ugh. But, yeah, same strategy for Argrok. Argrok seems to be easier, but Goma is absolute pain to do against. It's possible. It's just, I hate it. Okay. But, yeah, it can do it. It's just like, I don't like it. And then, Ganon, I don't think you can do Ganon. And Imprisoned's imprisoned, so it just gets up because it doesn't care, because nothing can one-shot it at all. In Legends, I've heard like Feekin in Legends for some reason, and like probably a few other characters, like probably the Master Sword, hopefully. But yeah, in the Wii U version, you're not doing Imprisoned. You're probably not going to do Ganon unless you throw in a few specials. So, anyways, I guess the guide's over, but for this opinion, I'd say, of course, the Master Sword is Link's best light weapon, because I don't know why he got 3, but whatever. Since he has 3 light weapons. Master Sword's the best because, I mean, it's like one of the best weapons in the game. It's the best light weapon. It's Link's best weapon in general. It's just like the best out of a lot of things. Not the best weapon in the game. It's close, but not quite. But it's a really great weapon. And then Epona would be second, because she kind of does do really well. It's just you have to kind of be more focused and not try to just like rush things, and you can't just do Master Sword like C3 spam. There's nothing like easy like that. You're kind of going to want to use everything kind of evenly, except maybe combo 5 a bit more than everything else. And then last, Hylian Sword, just because like Hylian Sword kind of fails against giant bosses, and it's like just kind of like okay at a lot of things, and it's not that like once you get the Master Sword, Hylian Sword's like irrelevant. Just stop using it. And then Epona's definitely fun. Master Sword's not that fun because it's like, okay, it's just slashes and then C3 and throw beams out. Fun. Epona, it's like, oh, I feel like I'm actually playing the game and not just spamming the same move over and over and over and over again on something that's already boring. So yeah, Epona, definitely probably the one I'm gonna use the most out of like those 3, or I would use the most between his 3 weapons. And yeah, it's just a really decent weapon. Of course, not like Toon Zelda or the Light Sword good. Actually, wait. Because it does have an advantage because of giant bosses. So, I could see it, actually. Unless you give them hasty attacks, then yeah, Toon Link and Toon Zelda are probably better. Because hasty, then they can, like, murder giant bosses. But, yeah, I don't know about, like, if without that, it would maybe be better. I don't know. Anyways, that's it for this guide. I'm just talking, like, way too much now. Okay, bye. I'm gonna do maybe another video this week. It's not going to be a character guide, though. So, just look out for that. Okay, now I'm done. Bye.